Well, we got the new hotfix for the First Descendant after a week's wait. The update went live a couple hours ago, addressing the concerns of the players that were not at all pleased with the Season 1 invasion activity. There's a long list of things that were changed, fixes that were made, bugs that were squashed. But did this 1.1.1 hotfix actually fix anything? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We got more First Descendant to talk about. Before we do, head down to the comments and let me know if you've noticed any significant changes to the game, how this is going to affect your hailey grind moving forward. While you're down there, be sure to hit that like button so that we get this video pushed out to more viewers and we can show the YouTube algorithm that my channel still matters. So First Descendant official released a patch note on Twitter earlier today announcing that the maintenance-free hotfix had been applied, and they gave us a very long list of things that were improved and or changed. Now, I am not going to go over every single last patch note, just the stuff that more or less relates to the invasion and, of course, Season 1. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look here. So, First Descendant Hotfix 1.1.1, here are the details, and this went out across all of the platforms. Content improvements, and this is one that we're going to focus on here. Invasion improved the mechanics of Order of Truth Dungeon, removed arcade pillars that didn't display any symbols, improved the arcade pillars so now they face towards the inside of the battle area, simplified the design of the symbols displayed on the arcade pillars, and reduced the number from 6 to 4, fixed an issue where the skills would continue to target the tumors of the arcade pillars even after they were destroyed, improved pillars so tumors do not regenerate after they are destroyed, reduced the number of hits needed to destroy arcade pillar tumors from 5 to 3, adjusted the movement path of the ancestor drone, reduced the movement speed of the ancestor drone, changed the direction of the symbol displayed above the ancestor drone to be vertical, reduced the number of hits needed to destroy the malignant tumor, blocking the door from 3 to 2, allowing it to be cleared in one attempt. Increased range and firing rate of the inversion energy emitter, fixed an issue where gates would receive damage if the descendant would hit a gate with a skill while having a module equipped that lowered the skill power modifier and also had inversion energy emitter equipped. Increased melee monster spawn rate. Lovely. Invasion. Improved the mechanics of the Legion of Immortality dungeon. Removed the time limit for artificial brain input after the first supply. Changed the amount of artificial brains that have to be supplied to 20. And then changed the amount of artificial brains the player can hold from 15 to 10. I don't remember what they were before. I mean, how many you needed to deposit. But now you have to deposit them twice. So if you don't successfully destroy the little barrier, you know, the little plus sign, then you get to go do that 2 more times. Move the location of the phase separation veil generator near the computing unit in battles with named monsters. And then here we go. We've got Invasion improved the mechanics of the Legion of Darkness dungeon. Adjusted the arcade tile positions to make it easier to identify them. Reduced the arcade tile occupation time to 3 seconds. Simplified the color and symbols displayed on the arcade tiles and reduced the number from 6 to 4. So these are now what they look like. Removed the bomber that would destroy arcade tiles, reduced the spawn rate of raiders who would reduce the arcade tile occupancy, changed the symbols to stay on the arcade tile longer after stepping off the central control unit, added more central control units to allow identifying arcade tile more easily in some dungeons. Overall, fixed the difficulty of named monster patterns in invasion dungeons. And this one is kind of a big one. This is where a lot of people are thinking that the dungeons have been significantly nerfed. But I don't really think so, because it says that they reduce the frequency of skill use during immunity. And if you remember, during the invasion, while you're gathering your brains or whatever, you know, the boss would just wail on you while he was in his invincible state. So basically, yeah, the bosses don't do much while they're immune, so that, you know, go collect your brains, but as soon as the immunity is gone, it's damage phase, and then they rip on you the same as before. So if the bosses were melting you before the patch, they will melt you after the patch. And then moving down, you know, we've got a list of all of the skills that got, you know, reduced in frequency, but then we have down here Increased hailey research material rewards available at each clear time in invasion dungeons from 3-2-1 to 5-4-3. So basically you get more rewards, I guess for clearing it quicker, on getting a gold. But it still doesn't say that it's guaranteed. I'm sure these are still going to be RNG. Now, I mean, this is obviously an improvement, but it still means that those who opted out of running the invasion and are looking to farm the hard mode missions for the hailey drops may still be grinding for them forever. I mean, this also means that if you're starting the game, like if you're brand new, just starting the game, you will not be getting hailey unless you rush to get to max level, to get to the hard mode, or just open your wallet. So next up is improve the inversion reinforcement skill effect, and they give a before and after of the augments that had the, say for example, the max HP plus 4.7%, but then you take a hit on your defense by negative 0.9%. Seems like most of the negative effects have been removed in favor of boosting the augmentation a little bit. I mean, honestly, given everything that we're already grinding for in the game, short of the very air that our descendants are breathing, who needs one more thing to add to it? And I don't need this. I think it's great, but it's just one more thing for me to have to grind for. Of special note down here is the decreased defense and HP of Pyromaniac, Standard, Hard, and Intercept Battle, and also decreased HP and shield of the Hummingbirds, which appears in Executioner and Pyro Maniac Intercept battles. Now this change came completely out of the blue and wasn't something that I was aware needed adjustment, especially on standard difficulty, considering, I don't know, Pyromaniac was tough, but he wasn't impossible. I would consider Pyromaniac and Executioner to be somewhat mid-level colossi that can be defeated with a well-constructed build and maybe a purple weapon. Hard mode, maybe I could see them getting a little bit of tweaking, but standard mode, that one came right out of the blue. And then of course, we have, skipping through a bunch of the bug fixes and the UI changes. And of course, definitely read over this because there were some Descendant fixes and changes to modules. The director's additional comment. Greetings, Descendants. This is the director of the First Descendant, Min Seok Ju. Based on community feedback and data, the dev team has analyzed the success rate of the invasion dungeons and adjusted the difficulty of puzzles and battles against named bosses. Although not yet included in the 1.1 update, we are also working on additional matchmaking to the invasion dungeons. We are committed to improving this feature so that you can enjoy invasion dungeons with your party as soon as possible. We have also increased the amount of rewards of hailey's research material that can be obtained in the invasion dungeons. In the 1.1.0b update, we improved the drop rate of hailey's research materials as infiltration operations rewards. Okay, right. They did say that they improved the drop rate, but they didn't say by how much. The drop rate could have been 2% for all I know, and they improved it to 2.5%. But based on continuing community feedback about how difficult the farming is, we have adjusted the rewards for clearing invasion dungeons. So now 12 to 20 research materials can be received daily depending on the trophy earned. We hope this adjustment allows more players to farm hailey more easily and enjoy the game. We have improved the effectiveness of inversion reinforcement and removed penalties. Additionally, stacking conditions have also been reduced so it is easier to trigger. These are the buffs that we're getting this season. This enhancement of inversion reinforcement includes a lot of defensive effects, so we hope it will help the Descendants to make their builds even more aggressive. One of the major changes for this season has been that the usage of the hard infiltration operation has seen a significant increase since the season update. And I wonder why, because everyone's going there to grind for hailey. The rise in participation stems from increased activities by those farming hailey in the infiltration operation and improved reward efficiency. The dev team hopes that the infiltration operation will become an important farming location and is preparing to make adjustments to some sections with traps to provide a better gameplay experience. Finally, in the second update scheduled for October 10, we plan on introducing infiltration operations of the highest difficulty. We will continue to incorporate your feedback to ensure an even more engaging and fun battle experience. Thank you. Okay, so hot take time, guys. I'm going to be honest. I kind of have a hard time believing a lot of this. The one thing that we asked for, more than lowering the difficulty, the one thing that was the biggest outcry is to just enable matchmaking. I didn't ask for anything to be nerfed. I just want to run in with a crew, right? And we're not getting it. Not yet. I don't know when. They didn't say when. Just soon. As for hailey, there is no way, I think there's no way that they're going to make it easier to farm for a descendant that they can still charge $20 for. In fact, I'm confident that the only reason hailey is locked behind any hard mode activities is because too many players were opting to farm for the other descendants in the preseason and were only spending on skins. I mean, that's personal opinion here, personal hot take. I have no proof of this. Just a hunch. But none of these changes that they've made over the past 2 months have ever negatively affected the eShop. You get more Kuiper shards, great. You get more gold, perfect. The process has been somewhat streamlined, but not enough to effectually change the fact that activators and catalysts are still a nightmare to grind for. Nexon has never once addressed the RNG problems, aside from saying there is no RNG problem. I am greatly concerned that this hailey fiasco is just a proving ground for testing out how descendants are going to be released in the future. Ultimate Frenya could very well be released the same way. In fact, every new descendant could be released the same way. All of the changes that the fans want at a core level would mean less money that Nexon could potentially make. An in-game vendor that gives out descendant or activator blueprints in exchange for some of the parts and materials that we have would be fantastic, but it would mean less money for Nexon. Trading would mean less money unless they figured out a way to charge a tax on that. Better skins in the battle pass would mean less money. Every aspect of this game has been meticulously designed to send you on the longest grind of your life so that enough of you will eventually grow weary and swipe your card. And when we finally get season 1, part 2, we will obviously know for sure. Now, with the growing frustration the fans have been feeling lately with the game, I don't even know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm frustrated. I've been really frustrated. I feel like a lot of the concerns that have been addressed have just been kind of, we hear you, we're listening to you. Here's a few small changes to make you happy, is kind of what I'm getting. Obviously, the game needs more work. There's a lot of things that do need to be ironed out, and I get that, but it's the big decisions like these that have me the most concerned. And if the fans get frustrated enough, a lot of them are just going to leave. I think a lot of them left during the invasion dungeon thing, and if this repeats itself in a future season, if it especially repeats itself with Ultimate Frenya, I'm pretty sure a lot of fans are going to leave. Just straight up. Having said that, I want to get your take on this. What are your thoughts on the new hotfix for season 1? Is it better? Is it the same? Is it worse? Head to the comments. Let's get some conversation going. Guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, and you want more First Descendant and other video game news and update discussions, then be sure to like and sub to the channel. Links to my socials are in the description down below. Apologies that there's been no Catgirl today. I was in a hurry to get this video made, so we're going to let the Catgirl sleep. Anyway, have an amazing day, everyone. Keep being awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.